Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Potheads and teetotalers are all getting together to say, we're mad about this. And that's basically what's happening. And they're very upset about it. And they're making the argument that they don't like it. But Governor Kay Ivey signed it. And she said, my pa done said a June bug didn't want to get some THC unless you had to go to ABC store. Anyway, so the ABC people are now going to be able to regulate this. They're going to regulate where it's sold. It did take some things that were quasi-legal and gave the old government stamp of approval to and said, hey, you can't sell these at vape stores, but you can sell them at the grocery store. And that's basically what we've decided at this point in time. Governor Ivey signed it. The Alabama Policy Institute, potheads, and small business owners were against it, but it passed. Governor Kay Ivey done signed it.
Number 6.
The city of Madison has finally admitted what I'd been saying all along. This conversation about fluoride never takes place unless RFK Jr. Doesn't make it to the Trump administration. Yep. Many residents question the decision to take fluoride out of the water, which they're still discussing over there. You have some people admitting, yeah, this whole thing with RFK was the point. I've come up with a different theory. I think somebody has planted a seed that it's cheaper for the cities to run the water without fluoride, and now you're starting to see it. Oh, it eats up the equipment. It does. It's bad for the equipment. Guys, stop. Okay? We've been putting fluoride in the water forever. And don't act like it's wrecking the water system, okay? That's part of it. Stop it, please. Okay? Just stop the nonsense. Put the fluoride back in the water and shut that one.
Number 5.
Alabama has moved forward with at least one good bill in the Alabama legislature. The crackdown on illegal immigration with a human smuggling bill that would punish people for moving illegal immigrants throughout the state. Now, a lot of people were concerned about this. But what if I take an illegal immigrant? Blah, blah, blah. But you shouldn't do that. But what if I mean, don't do that. I mean, I don't really say, why just don't do it. A person commits the crime of human smuggling if he or she knowingly transports into the state another individual he or she knows is an illegal alien. Well, what if I go to the hospital in Georgia and drive them back into the state? Oh, my God, it's I mean, that's human trafficking. You're moving them across state lines. But if you do it for medical treatment, you're not going to get in trouble. So they covered that base. But wouldn't you believe the people who made that argument and said they wanted that exemption? They were still against the bill after they got their way. What? What a shocker.
Number 4.
United States Senator Katie Britt warned that failing to extend President Donald Trump's tax cuts as part of the big, beautiful bill. Some say the best bill. Some have said it's the best ever. I haven't said that, but others have. It's the best big bill that you've ever seen. So beautiful. So beautiful. I was in Qatar, and the guy said, I can't say his name, he's very fat. He said, that was a big, beautiful bill you're trying to do. And if you think that's not how Donald Trump talks, you're crazy. That's exactly how he talks. Anyway, Katie Britt says, there's a big, beautiful bill. We need to put the tax cuts in there. If we don't, it will cost Alabamians thousands of dollars a year. Yaffe had that conversation with her yesterday. It was a really good interview. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It is absolute, excuse me, I'm going to quote her correctly. She said, actual insanity is what she said. And then that is correct. It's actual insanity. They need to extend these tax cuts or it will be a tax increase.
Number 3.
Oh, man, get ready to be upset. This is something that is angering a lot of people, and it's going to get cray-cray in a bad way. South African refugees have arrived in Alabama. They're white. Ew. That's what you're supposed to say. But don't worry, guys. They're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats. Just say that, and people will instantly come to their defense. They won't know what to do. They'll be like, oh, people are saying they're eating dogs and cats? Well, then bring more of them over here. Yeah, they brought them in. They're starting to be settled here. And the racist and ridiculous arguments against them are coming from refugee organizations. People in the refugee organizations that are actively resettling them are very upset about this, which, by the way, is very funny. I mean, it's very funny. I find it very funny. The Episcopal Church, I find their behavior very funny as well. Very funny.
Number 2.
Democrats in the Alabama legislature have successfully stopped the Alabama State Senate from operating effectively, killing a bunch of local bills, keeping the legislature from passing bills they didn't like, and basically gumming up the works. Now, the legislature is over, and this year has been, it's been a year. I'll just put it to you that way. If you're looking for maybe their signature piece of legislation, I think Senator Orr on this program last Friday laid out what that was. It was the Education Trust Fund. I think the way they did that, where they changed up the funding mechanisms, I thought was really, really good. So I'm a big fan of that. And they put more money into school choice. I'm a fan of that as well. Local bills died on the vine. Another bill that I was following that died, this Archives and History Department bill that would have changed the way they set that thing up, because they're like, this month in Alabama history, we're going to talk about gay sex in the Civil War, like stuff like that. And they're like, stop doing that. And they're like, no, we're going to keep doing it. So that remains.
Time for the number one thing you'll be talking about today.
Oh my God, am I going to get to use my Trump impression again? President Donald Trump signed a $1.2 trillion economic commitment. Yeah, you notice that nobody called it a trade deal? It's like an economic commitment, economic deal. There are trade deals involved in all of this. $243 billion with Qatar. That's the latest here. That's $96 billion with jets from Boeing. By the way, isn't Boeing the reason why we're having the Qatar Air Force One conversation? Okay, I'm just checking. $34 billion in future defense investments from Qatar as well. By the way, I like that. Guess where a lot of that defense money is going to get spent? Anyone know? It's right over here. Right over here. Research Park, that area. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of it coming in there. So that's good stuff. This is great. The media very upset about an airplane here. But what's Donald Trump's play? Does anyone understand what he's doing? Does anyone get this? I mean, it's not hidden. I'm not acting like I have some sort of insight or anything. But let me just say this. Donald Trump's play here is very simple. It goes a little something like this. I'm transactional, so I think everyone else is transactional. I believe that if you make nicey and do business with me, it benefits me to make nicey and do benefits with you. Or to make benefits, excuse me. It will benefit me to make nicey with you. Well, one of the ways you make nicey is you stop killing people. And that's basically what he's trying to do. He's trying to tie America economically to all of these Middle Eastern countries in a way that these Middle Eastern countries will go, maybe we don't hate Jews that much. Or this sect of Islam or that sect of Islam. Maybe we can stop with the, centuries of ridiculous violence. And we can maybe come into the 20. You know what? Screw it. We'll come into the 19th century. We're not coming all the way to the 21st. We'll come into the 19th century in this situation. We're still going to throw gays off buildings, but we're not going to cut your hand off for stealing. Those are the trade-off we're going to get. We'll let women show their face before we find out they're gay and throw them off buildings, okay? That's what we'll do, and we'll move these things forward just a little bit. And if you think that's like some sort of a bigotry or maybe an explanation that is not with the modern times, look at what's happening in Saudi Arabia right now. Look at what's happening there. They have modernized in a way over the last couple of years that nobody expected. Why is that? Because they want to do more than pump oil out of the ground. And in order to do that, they have to be an international player. In order to be an international player, you have to stop treating women poorly and chopping the heads off of people. That's basically where we're at. And I think much like Ukraine and Russia, which, by the way, not going great right now, but the Ukraine-Russia stuff, I think Donald Trump's situation in the Middle East is the same thing. I don't care why you guys stop doing this. Just stop doing it. I don't care. Iran, you can't have this. I don't care about anything else, but you can't have it. That's where he's at. That's what these economic deals are all about, in my opinion. We'll continue. We'll talk a little bit about that. And the anger over the South Africans is truly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Stay tuned.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.